Now, as I'm working around the ship, I keep bumping into these little catapults. And I left them on just for looks, but I think we'll just save them until we get to the place where we're putting the aircraft on. They were just sitting there, as you can see. Okay, now, what I want to try here, I don't think I've ever tried it exactly like this before, but see if I can find something here that's not going to scratch my photo etch. And I want to just hold it on. If I can hold it up against where that ladder is. Oop, don't want to catch on one of those guns because I'll break it off so easily. Okay, this is not working like I thought. There's just too many things that are... Okay, now let me get rid of this safety thing. Just swing it around the other way, out of the way. Alright. I guess you know the idea of that is so that there's less of a chance that I'll excuse me, catch the mast. Okay, now let's count sections here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it would have been nice. I suppose we could have it end right here at this post right here. And then the post would be sort of, I don't know, maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll cut it off just this side of the 5th section, or I guess it would be the 6th post. Now it appears to me that we need the center of the bend about 2/3 of the way from the 2nd post from the ladder. Can you remember that? Okay, here's our 2/3 right there. Now, yeah, I'll just sort of, maybe I'll move this up just a little bit more here. So I'm half. Okay. Now press down and just sort of rock it back and forth here until I get it to about 90 degrees. I think that's pretty close here. Yeah, that's almost 90 degrees. I suppose I could go a little bit more here. Okay, I don't want to get it out of your field of view, and I don't want to crush it either. I'll just do it just a tiny bit more here. Okay, looks to me like the center is about 2/3. And I still haven't turned that clock off. Now, can I get this in here? No, the lens of the camera's on the road. Okay, I got a different... That's not working either. I think I need different tweezers. I know these ones look the same, but they don't take near the pressure to hold together. Now, how does that look? If I fasten it down at the ladder. Now, nothing personal, please don't feel offended, but I stuck you over on the other side out of the way. And I've left everything the way I dropped it down here. And I want to try and move this whole thing just my way so that this post here will line up more with the railing on the ladder. Now, you know what, I think I'm losing my touch here or something. I know somebody keeps saying, use the wax pencil, use the wax pencil. Well, you come and use your wax pencil on this piece and you'll find out it's not working out so good either. Maybe if I was to shorten it here, I could get it in. You see on the, whoops, you can see here where I should really nip those off just a little bit shorter. And then you can't see the other side, I realize that. Okay, I'm just going to nip these off a little shorter. Okay, I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're probably a millimeter or so shorter. And if I put my finger here, it won't fall off this way. Get it under the gun and just drop it in place there. Now, if I can move it my way, that's where I always have the problem. I guess the ladder's holding it from not falling off. Okay, I think maybe if I was to, adhere right at the ladder. Hang on, I'm going to turn the camera off. Okay, I fought with it for about 10 minutes. And if I get it right at the ladder end, then over here on this end, it's wrong. So I'm going to try and adhere it at the ladder, and I'm going to just use the extra thin here and hope that I don't knock it off. I couldn't see anything go on there, but something must have. Usually I can see it wicking its way along here. Maybe if I come at, well, I'll just try it one more time here. Yeah, that time it did. Okay, let's just let that set now, or dry out rather. And the paint will act as a glue, not a strong glue, but at least it'll be strong enough that I can probably maybe reinforce it with CA, and then I can come around this side and we'll do this side. I'm feeling a little bit on the guilty side right now, and here's the reason why. I have going on, up to 20,000 subscribers. And myself, I've only subscribed to 2 people. One of them is Mark in Australia, and another one that I just did now, one of the viewers. And he is building the Turpets, and he's sort of putting it online. I don't think it's going to be a daily vlog like I'm doing, and he's already partway into it. But one thing I did notice after watching episode number 1 that he's got out, he's going to be doing a lot of photo etch. He's got the add-on kits for this particular model, and the detailing kits, and there is like tons of photo etch. And it's not going to be the same kind of show that I'm putting on, but I got a feeling this guy knows what he's doing. If you're into model building, check out the comments in yesterday's video. I guess it'd be the day before yesterday's video now, and you can get the link there. I really think it's going to be worth your while. I'm looking forward to episode number 2. Now, there is nobody that is more frustrated than I am when it comes to trying to put a little tiny bit of glue, like say I wanted to glue this little piece of scrap railing down onto this piece of plastic that has got some paint on it. Okay, I've been using this applicator here, and what this is just a needle, same size needle as this right here, and I've just ground the end of the head off it so that there's just the fork. Now, this is terribly small stuff. It may look big to you because you're seeing it, as I keep saying, magnified tremendously on your screen, but it is very, very small. And so consequently we are seeing it, you might say, worse than it really is, although it is pretty bad. Now, I have had it suggested that we use a toothpick. So let's take a pristine toothpick here, and I want to just do a comparison. We use a toothpick, and we use my applicator. Oh, this stuff here, when I was looking for a piece of plastic that had some paint on it, because that's what I want to do. I want to, do the experiment the way we're doing it on the Bismarck. Anyway, when I was going through Tony's model here, I found more railing. I've concluded now that we have about almost 40 inches of 300 scale railing that I could use in an emergency, not around the outside, but maybe on some of the other places if we have to. Mind you, if I'm doing the outside last, then I'm going to end up having to use this. That doesn't make any sense, because I won't be able to break it off of places. The 200 scale, I won't be able to break it off of places that I've already used it. Anyway, rambling again, right? And let's get on with this. First of all, I'm going to be using the CA thin. I'm going to put it in a brand new little cup here. And I'll put on the macro lens, and we'll just, we'll try the comparison, the toothpick versus the needle applicator. Now, we already know what a lousy job the needle does. Let's try and get a drop in. Well, it was 2 drops, but anyway. But we want to try our toothpick idea. Now, the reason I was reluctant to try the toothpick idea is because I felt that in all likelihood the toothpick is going to absorb the CA, and it's not going to stay on the end. Now, this is the first time I'm trying a toothpick, so I could be wrong. But let's make sure that it gets really saturated here, so that it'll stay on the end. At least that's what I'm sort of thinking here. Now, what do we got, about half a minute going on there? Okay, let's quickly go over and just touch it. See that little black dot there down by my cylindrical piece of railing? Well, let's just sort of touch it and see what happens, okay? I'm not seeing any, so we'll go a little quicker maybe. Okay, this is what I thought was going to happen. There's just no way that it's going to be coming off. Okay, maybe, I can sort of see a little bit of residue there. But not enough that if I wanted to glue this post down. Now, I made the mistake of not putting my specialty tool on top here to hold this thing down. Okay, now what's happened is it's glued on there. Okay, I'm going to have to reposition everything here. Now the idea is let's say I wanted to glue the post down. Now we'll try this thing. And my experience with this is that yes, the CA will stick in the fork, but it's not really at the end, it's on the side. Let's just try it again. Okay, now if I touch it down like that, it doesn't want to come off either. But if I have it more flat, then it will. See, I realize that. Have it flat, and it'll come off. Have it pointy, or right on the end. Oh, it did. Made a liar out of me. Okay. I've pretty well given up on the toothpick idea. However, there is an idea that's been suggested that I do think possibly is very plausible, and that is, the like an insulin syringe, and they're fairly cheap. I just don't have any. That's all. Now this is starting to work pretty good, because I do believe that some of the CA is sort of thickening up on the needle. Now, I know that looks like a huge blob to you. But trust me, it's probably only about 0.5 millimeter in diameter. Okay, so for those of you who have been harping about using the toothpick, this is why I never tried it. Because I envisioned the end of the toothpick acting too much like a sponge. And I think it probably would work good with CA thick, but not with CA thin. And I don't want to be using CA thick or even medium to try and glue this down, because you're going to end up with a big blob of something. Now, the next time I go to the drugstore and renew my prescription for water pills, I'll pick up a bunch of those little needles. You can buy them in packages of 100. Yeah, we'll give that a try, but it won't be today. Okay, meanwhile, back to our railing, which this is what it's all about. So I want to see if I can hook in there and pull it out so it's up against, the bottom rail is up against, whoops, too far, against the ledge. And then we'll put a little bit of CA thin that we were just working with. See if it'll wick its way along like it's supposed to, or is it going to make a big mess and run down the side of the bulkhead? Hey, I got it right. I didn't say wall. It's bulkhead. Now, I'm just wondering if maybe we're putting the cart before the horse here. And I just remembered the only thing that's holding this section down is the paint that was dissolved by the extra thin. Okay, we'll let that cure. Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't break it loose. And maybe the next step would be right here on the corner, not way over here. Okay, very gently again. Let's just move over. Try and do the corner. Just enough to hold it down. Back up just a little here. You know what? I think that I'm going to have to readjust the angle of my pusher downer, because it's, well, maybe that'll be okay. No, not really. I'm just going to have to change the angle here. Now, I have completely changed everything around here. Whoops. Try and shove this bottom rail down. See if I can get this. Well, let's maybe I'll put a tiny bit of CA right there just underneath the pin. Okay, I have readjusted again very, very slightly here. Oh, I bumped it. Honestly. My specialty stick got bumped. Okay, let's try this again. Now I just want to put a little tiny bit just at the bottom of this post. Now, did you notice how that CA thin sort of wicked its way down the side of the bulkhead there? Yeah, well now mind you, I'm watching it in 4K, so I'm seeing it really sharp. But you know, I'm wondering if I was to apply my glue, or yeah, I'd have to change the shape of my applicator, but if I could apply the glue from the inside, um, and then it would be sort of wicking its way on the deck, not down the outside of the bulkhead. Just a thought. Okay, you're back over on my side now. Maybe if I put the pressure down right here. Now I want that bottom rail to be just on the inside of the ledge. I can't quite see it. I think that's about it. And if I was to now put a little bit of glue, just right about here, trying not to touch the rail above. Did I get any? I didn't see it wicking along like I usually do. Okay, I'm sure we got it that time. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. That should cure pretty fast. It's CA thin. Now we can do the end by the life preservers, or by the life rafts. Okay, there. That's pretty good. I could see it wicking along. Now I was just editing out that last scene there, and I was noticing that the bottom rail right along here could have been pulled out just a little bit better. Now it's too late now. Don't think there's much I can do about it. About the only time you see it is when we're looking through the macro lens. Like right now, I've got my close-up glasses on, and it looks pretty good. So it would have been nicer if these rails had been, I guess almost a millimeter longer. And they could have come up against this shield here. I don't think this is a bulkhead. I think this is sort of like a shield, and you would be standing on the other side here. Anyway, not a whole lot we can do about that right now. I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to do the opposite side. It's going to be very similar to this. It will be a little shorter, and once again we'll take a look at it after it's done. But I got a feeling that's going to have to be in tomorrow's episode, because it's getting on here again in Winnipeg. So another day has come and gone. Thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you again tomorrow.